Gentleman from New York, Mr. Jeffries, is recognized for 5 minutes for his questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Mr. Clancy, for your service to this country, to the Secret Service, and for your presence here today. It's my understanding that the number of threats to this particular President, Barack Obama, and the White House has increased significantly since the President first took office in January of 2009. Is that correct?
No, sir. I'd say there are spikes, sir, depending on world events. We've noticed over time that threats rise and they lower depending on the world events.
And so how would you characterize, from a comparative standpoint, the number of threats that this White House or this President has faced as compared to modern presidents over the last 20 or so years?
Yes, sir. Our Protective Intelligence Department does metrics regarding just what you're referring to here. And we do compare it to previous administrations, previous presidents. And the last one I looked at, it does look as if the President's threat level has gone up slightly. But that's not unnatural, but it has gone up slightly.
So the President's threat level has gone up to some degree. And at the same time, over the last 6 years, we've seen security breach after security breach after security breach. I think that is a reason for us to be concerned, if not outraged, as it relates to the state of the Secret Service right now. Now, as it relates to the concerns that you've established upon your arrival, I think you mentioned 3: staffing, training, and morale. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
And is it fair to say that the staffing issues that you confront relate to the fact that you don't have the budgetary resources necessary to operate at an optimal level?
Sir, I think our staffing levels from a budget perspective are appropriate at this time. One of the things we need to do to build our staffing is to better our hiring process. Right now, as I mentioned in an opening statement here, that it takes about 12 months for us to get people hired on. And we've got to do a better job of identifying good quality people early on in the process so that we can streamline that process, maybe move that from 12 months to 7 months, possibly shorter. As we're experiencing now, first of all, there's still an incredible interest in the Secret Service. The last job announcement, I'm told, we had 45,000 applicants, but only 72 of those applicants made it through the process and were hired.
Now, if I can hone in on that point,
yes, sir.
In terms of the interest in the Secret Service, connecting it to the morale problem that you've identified and that members of this panel and other members of the Congress have identified, you've got the Elite Presidential Protection Unit, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that is generally viewed as sort of an optimal assignment within the Secret Service. Is that fair to say?
In my view, it is, yes, sir.
And you demonstrated yourself to be an excellent leader of that unit during your time there, and we're thankful for that. As it relates to the Uniformed Service Division, there's a general perception amongst many observers of the Secret Service that that is viewed as a less than desirable assignment, or on a caste system, perhaps some may say, as it relates to service hierarchy. Is that fair to say?
For the Uniformed Division officers?
Yes.
That's a very challenging position. Yes, sir. Those officers at the White House and the Vice President's residence and our foreign missions, they have a very challenging position. I have great admiration for what they do. When you consider, as it was mentioned here earlier, the number of people that come into the White House. We have over 300,000 people that are screened coming through that White House every day. And these officers are confronted with a variety of issues, and I have great admiration for the work that they do there.
Now, what can you do to sort of improve both the morale and the operational capacity, the ability, the competence of the members of the Uniformed Secret Service Division, who play a very important role? And, of course, with the most recent incident that we saw in terms of the fence jumping episode, clearly did not perform at a level commensurate to what the American people, what the President, what the First Family deserve.
Yes, sir. Our people they desire more training. They have a passion to get out to our Beltsville facility in Maryland for more training. And we've got to get them out there for that additional training. That's one thing that may help their morale. I think additionally, we've got to do a better job of communicating and hearing their issues. And that's why we instituted the ombudsman and put more focus on the ombudsman and the anonymity of the concerns that can be sent to the ombudsman, because these officers want to be heard. And the ombudsman sits on my director's staff. So twice a week when I meet with the director's staff, the ombudsman will bring those issues to the table where I'm sitting. And you know, as much as we want to allow people to communicate up, we've got to communicate down as well, responses to these concerns. And I think that'll help the morale of the uniformed officers too. So training, better communication, I think will be a good start for helping the uniformed officers.
Thank you. Yield back.
Thank you.